You've had this conversation like a million times. Your friend is complaining to you about something, or they're pissed off about something, or they're sad about something, and you think they're wrong. You're listening to their story, and you're like, actually, I'm on the other guy's side here. You were being kind of a dick. So what do? You got two basic options, right? Option one is you just agree and you tell them that they're wonderful and amazing and oh my god, no, that other guy was so dumb and so wrong. You're totally right. You were totally right. Option two is you look at them and you go, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think maybe there's a possibility that you were the one who was, totally in the wrong here. Neither one is like entirely good, right? Like, if you go the first route, then you just feel dark and dirty inside and like you're lying to your friend and have no integrity and are a terrible person. And then if you go the other route, you fight and they feel bad and you know that it's a whole rough like 30-minute period where you have to hear about, well, why don't you just support me? So the question I want to look at today is one of them better than the other? And if not, where and how do we find balance between them? So first of all, the argument for supportive. I think it basically just boils down to it's fucking nice to have people tell you that you're right. And everyone wants to have a nice little collection of people who are like, you're right, you're good at stuff, you're wonderful, you're amazing. And then you walk around and you feel all wonderful, you're right, I am amazing. And it's just the best. And everyone wants that, so everyone does it for each other. And it's this great little circle jerk we got going on. And no one really wants it to stop. But also on like a deeper, more serious level, like, though there's a lot of voices in everyone's head telling you that you're wrong and you're terrible, and you don't really need more of those, I think. And I think maybe the job of a friend is just to sort of help you get out of that sort of negative cycle and be able to come to like an even plane where then you can sort of within yourself, internally yourself, be like, oh shit, you know what, I was totally wrong about that. Once you like, calm down a little and get some perspective from the moment. I don't know about you. I mean, I believe there are some people who are just so fucking full of themselves, arrogant, walking on sunshine all the time that they don't have, 50 voices in their head going, you're stupid, you're dumb, you're ugly, you're wrong, this is terrible, you're bad. And maybe those people need a solid dose of like, fuck you, you're the asshole. But why are you friends with that person? Why is that person coming to you with their problems? So that we're not talking about that guy. So I think, yeah, maybe the act of a friend is to, help you get through the bullshit and help you to get through all the shitty horribleness of life so that you can do whatever thing you're trying to do, with a little happiness in your gut. And honestly, what is wrong with that? But then on the other hand, like, a lot of the times those voices are right? Like a lot of times I am being a dick. I am just wrong. I am just being lazy. I am just, not wanting to see myself in the light of honesty. And so in those moments, yeah, a friend who can step and be like, listen, buddy, that was totally your fault. You're bad at this thing, is helpful. And if you're honest with people in those moments, when they have, a serious thing where you actually need to come in and be like, no, like, you're right, you're doing good, like, stick with it. If you have that reputation of like, look, I don't bullshit you. I don't just tell you what you want or need to hear in a moment. I'm going to come at you with the truth. And the truth is actually the right thing for them to hear at that moment. It hits like 10 times as hard. And that's a fucking good person to have in your life. Someone that will tell you the truth and you can come to them when you really, honestly, truly want the truth. Plus, like, a little bit, fuck you. Don't put your shit on me. You don't just, like, unload your fucking bullshit bad day you're having onto me and expect me to just be like, oh no, that's so terrible. Oh, you poor thing. That sucks. I'm sorry you have to deal with that. Don't put that shit on me. Fucking, man up and take your shit, or come to me with actual serious problems, but don't expect me to just be your sounding board for a bad feeling passed through me. Can you take this from me? So yeah, there are merits to like both strategies, both ways of being. And I guess it depends on a few things which one you want to do in a given situation. Like, first of all, what type of friend, what type of relationship you have with this person. If they're just like constantly unloading on you, it's time to have with a little bit of honesty. Maybe you don't want to be enabling that behavior. Or if they're the person you like to go to when you need to dump shit, maybe be a little supportive when they, come to you so that you can keep dumping on them. Or if there's a thing where you can tell that like, they're clearly just in a heightened state right now and they just need to sort of come down, and then they'll, be able to like be more reasonable about it. But like, it just happened and they just need to like get it out of them. Yeah, that's not really the time to be like, no, you kind of fucked up there. You deserve that. So I guess what I think is you default to supportive and, helpful and accepting and loving and caring and all that. And then in a certain situation, if there's one of these things that makes you go, oh, fuck you, bitch, you're getting the honesty this time, that's when you hit them with it. I will say, though, I think it's pretty fair to say that I've never in my life regretted, listening to a person and just sort of sitting there and letting them be heard and letting them express themselves and work it out. But I have a lot of times regretted, opening my mouth and saying the thing that I thought that they didn't want to hear. And I think that kind of gets to the heart of it is most of the time, I think what we want is not, someone to solve our problems or someone even to just sort of pat us on the back and tell us that we're great. I think most of the time what we want is just to be heard, to be seen, to be listened to be understood. And I think if you can pull that off, and it's not easy, it's not something that it's not a button that you have in your brain. It's a skill you got to hone. But if you can pull that off, if you can really listen to someone when they're having a shitty time, I think that's the most valuable thing you can do. So this is just a thing. I want to start doing more. George Carlin has this thing, big world, little world, and then he says language, but I've always made it personal. But the 3 types of content, and I've been skewing way more towards big world, and I'm trying to go into the other 2 a little bit. So I don't really know what the point of this video is. I'm not very good at making these yet, but only one way to get good. So that's roughly the point of this, if you're wondering why I made this fucking thing. Anyways, gonna hit you with some serious, sad, angry stuff in a minute, so check back. Bye-bye.